Hello friends, this is Angelica. Thanks so much for joining me here on the Greeteries YouTube channel. Today I'm so excited to be sharing this card with you. We're going to be putting it all together and I'm using new products from the Greeteries Garden Party collection. So the first product that we're going to be working with is the large lemon stencil set. This is a 6-piece stencil set, and there is an illustration on the back of the packaging. There is also a coordinating die that is sold separately, and it die cuts all the pieces, the lemon, leaves, and flowers. We're going to jump right into the stenciling. I am going to stencil on die cuts. You can also do this on a card panel, but I'm going to be popping this lemon up with thin foam squares. So I just wanted to start with white die cuts, and I'm going to be inking with Distress Oxide inks. I'm starting with Squeezed Lemonade, and I'm applying the ink with sponge daubers. I did add a little bit of mustard seed to brighten the left side of the lemon. Now the second stencil is going to add a little bit of shadow to the die cut, and I'm going to be using Victorian Velvet first before I add a little bit of yellow. I love adding this color under yellow. It just really helps deepen the darker yellow. I'm also using my Waffle Flower grip mat. This is such a great mat to use if you are doing a lot of these die cuts. If you want to ink your die cuts or a lot of stenciling, it holds onto the stencil so well. So this is my go-to when I'm doing projects like this. Now the second stencil is going, or the third stencil is going to add color to the leaves, which again, I die cut. So I'm starting with Twisted Citron, and then I'm also using a little bit of Mowed Lawn to bring some more color to the leaves. The fourth stencil adds the darkest color to the leaves and some details. So for this, I used Rustic Wilderness. There is 2 leaves that are on the bottom left of the lemon, and that is what I'm inking now. I just added Twisted Citron first to the whole die cut, and now I'm going to bring the stencil in and add some details. This is where I'm going to do the shading with Mowed Lawn, and then so I'm back to stencil 3. So I have that large open area to add some shading to. And then stencil 4 will come in, and that's how I will add color to the back of the leaf and some details. For the flowers, I'm actually not going to use the stencils for the flowers. I started with inking them with saltwater taffy, and now I am inking the bottom of the flowers with worn lipstick. And the centers are die cuts also, so I'm just going to quickly add some lumberjack plaid ink to the centers, and I'm going to glue them onto the flower, glue all the pieces onto the lemon. I just followed the illustration on the back of the die cut packaging, and now I'm going to start putting this card together. I'm working with palm border right now, and I die cut it from a white cardstock, and I'm just trying to figure out right now how I'm going to have the front of my card look like. So I'm going to add some color to the palms, and I'm using citrus, twisted citrus, Mowed Lawn, and then I'm going to bring in a little bit of peacock feather just to brighten up some of these palms. For my sentiment, I'm going to be using words from Summer Silly Straws, and I have all 3 straws die cut and off to the side so you can see what they look like. Before I decide on what color I want the straws to be, I am going to get my panel put together. So I am inking a little bit of blue onto a white panel and just doing a quick position of my die cuts. I am going to add a little bit of glue to the back of the palm border, and that's how I'm going to attach it to the card base. I did take my time adding the glue to the back of the palms, and I dabbed a little bit of that glue out so none of it would bleed out from under the palms and activate the Distress Oxide ink. So taking my time, making sure the corners match, and you can see that the palms are an A2 size, so it's going to fill up your whole panel if you have it vertical. Now that my panel is done, I did decide on the words being pink, so I'm quickly inking them with picked raspberry distress oxide ink. And just to break up that pink from the background, I am going to die cut one more of each word, hello summer, and I'm going to use those white words as a drop shadow behind the pink words, and that way it just helps make those words pop. I did a quick position of where I wanted the words to be, and now I'm going to snip the straws off of the words and then get them glued onto the panel. It's been a while since I've made such a cheerful, bright card like this. I just love how much this turned out. So I'm looking forward to making some more summer cards because I'm loving these colors together. That's going to finish this quick introduction to these products. If you head over to the Greenery blog, you're going to find full details on all of these products and also on the full release. Everything you saw here will be in the Greenery shop tomorrow morning, June 14 at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care, friends.